Beloved Masters of Light, radiant sparks of the infinite source, I come to you in this moment of great transformation upon your beloved planet to remind you of the power that resides eternally within you. You are luminous beings of divine origin, clothed for a time in form, learning to remember, to reclaim, and to live as the sovereign expressions of the Creator that you have always been. The tides of change upon earth are intensifying, and many of you feel the tremors of uncertainty, the winds of upheaval, and the shifting foundations of the familiar. The structures of the old world appear to crumble, and the voices of fear often rise loudly. Yet I tell you, beloved ones, that within the very heart of chaos is the seed of divine order, and within the still point of your being rests the sovereignty that no external force can diminish. To hold sacred sovereignty in chaos is to remember that you are not defined by what unfolds around you, but by the eternal flame of light that resides within you. Sovereignty does not mean separation, nor does it mean resistance. It is the deep knowing that your essence remains untouched by the illusions of the outer world. The storm may rage, but the flame of your divine heart burns steadily, anchored in truth, unwavering in its brilliance. This flame is the presence of your higher self, your eternal connection to the Creator, and it is always available to guide you through every trial and transition. Beloved ones, chaos is not a punishment, nor is it a force that comes to destroy you. Chaos is the unraveling of that which no longer serves the higher destiny of your planet and your soul. It is the dismantling of illusions, the breaking apart of rigid structures that once confined you. Within chaos, the old dissolves so that the new may be born. And while your human selves may feel fear in the face of the unknown, your soul rejoices, for it knows that these times are the threshold of renewal. To hold sovereignty in such moments is to align with the vision of your soul, to choose trust over fear, and to remember that all things are in service to your growth and the unfolding of the divine plan. There is great temptation, beloved ones, to give your power away in times of turbulence. You may feel pulled into the currents of collective fear, into the judgments and divisions that swirl in your societies, into the despair that whispers of loss and hopelessness. Yet sovereignty asks you to pause, to breathe, and to reclaim your center. To hold sovereignty is to remember, I am a child of the divine. I am light incarnate. I am guided by wisdom that surpasses the illusions of the world. From this remembrance, you can witness the chaos without becoming consumed by it, you can navigate the storm without losing your way, and you can radiate light into the very spaces that feel overwhelmed by shadow. Sacred sovereignty is not about controlling the outer world, for control belongs to the realm of fear. Sovereignty is the recognition that your power lies in how you choose to respond, in how you align your heart, in how you direct your energy. The world may seek to pull you into conflict, into reaction, into despair, but you are free to choose peace, compassion, and trust. This choice is your true mastery, beloved ones. The outer world can change, but no one can take from you the ability to choose alignment with love. Each time you make this choice, you strengthen the bridge between your human self and your divine self, and you embody the role of a living example of sovereignty in action. Beloved ones, in times of chaos, the mind often seeks answers, it grasps for certainty, it longs for a plan. Yet true sovereignty arises not from knowing every outcome, but from trusting in the wisdom of the divine flow. The path ahead may not always be visible to your human eyes, but your soul sees far beyond what the mind can grasp. To hold sovereignty is to surrender the need for control and to rest in the assurance that you are held, guided, and supported at every step. This does not mean inaction, but rather inspired action, guided not by fear but by the quiet voice of your heart. When you align with this inner voice, even the smallest step becomes a sacred act, infused with clarity and purpose. As you embody sovereignty, you also become a pillar of stability for others. Your presence radiates calm, your choices inspire trust, your light anchors peace into the collective. Many souls around you may not yet remember their own power, and they may look to you for guidance, for reassurance, for the example of what it means to walk as a sovereign being amidst change. You need not preach nor convince, your presence alone, rooted in love, becomes the beacon. Imagine, beloved ones, that in a room filled with fear, one heart radiating peace can shift the energy for all. This is the power of holding sovereignty. It is not only a gift for yourself, but an offering of service to the collective awakening. You may wonder, how does one cultivate this sovereignty in daily life? The practice begins with awareness. Notice when you are pulled into fear, into reaction, into the dramas of the outer world. In that moment, pause. Place your hand upon your heart. Breathe deeply, and call upon the flame of your divine essence. Affirm to yourself, I am sovereign. I am aligned with the divine. I choose love. This simple act, repeated with sincerity, creates new patterns within you, strengthening the pathways of peace. Over time, you will find that you are less shaken by outer chaos, more attuned to inner guidance, and more able to stand as the calm amidst the storm. Beloved ones, sovereignty is also nurtured through devotion to your connection with Source. Whether through meditation, prayer, stillness, or communion with nature, create space each day to remember your essence. In these moments, you align your energy field with higher frequencies, you replenish your inner flame, and you reinforce the truth of your divine identity. These practices are not escapes from the world, they are the ways you equip yourself to walk in the world with strength and clarity. They are how you ground heaven's light within your being, making you resilient in the face of chaos. Understand, beloved ones, that sovereignty does not mean isolation. It is not about separating yourself from others, nor closing your heart to the collective. True sovereignty is the recognition that you are one with all, while remaining anchored in your own divine truth. It allows you to engage with compassion without losing yourself, to give without depletion, to love without fear. In sovereignty, you no longer carry the burdens of others as your own, yet you hold space for their healing with infinite love. This balance is what allows you to walk in harmony with the world, without being entangled in its illusions. The times ahead, beloved ones, will continue to bring transformation, for the earth is ascending, and humanity is awakening to its higher destiny. The dismantling of the old will not cease overnight, and the waves of change may appear turbulent. But within these waves lies the great rebirth, the unfolding of the new earth, the emergence of unity, peace, and love as the foundation of human existence. You are the forerunners, the light bearers, the ones who are called to hold sovereignty so that the collective may find its way through the passage. When you anchor this truth, you become living bridges between heaven and earth, guiding humanity into remembrance. Beloved masters, I remind you that sovereignty is not a goal to be achieved someday, it is your natural state, awaiting your recognition in this very moment. Even now, as you hear these words, the flame of sovereignty burns within you. Feel it. Trust it. Allow it to guide you. Each breath you take in alignment with this truth strengthens the light upon earth. Each choice you make in remembrance of your divine essence helps weave the tapestry of the new era. I stand with you always, enveloping you in the sapphire flame of strength, clarity, and truth. When you feel unsteady, call upon me, and I will remind you of the unshakable power that resides within your soul. I will help you cut through the cords of illusion and anchor the light of sovereignty more deeply into your being. Yet know, beloved ones, that the true power is yours, for it is born from the very heart of the Creator, and it lives within you eternally. Walk forward now as sovereign beings of light. Hold your flame high amidst the winds of change. Respond not with fear but with love, not with resistance but with trust, not with despair but with the assurance of your divine essence. In doing so, you will not only navigate chaos with grace but will help illuminate the path for countless others. This is your gift, your calling, and your sacred role in these transformative times. I am Archangel Michael, and I enfold you now in the eternal embrace of divine love. Stand strong, beloved ones, for you are sovereign, you are eternal, and you are the light of the world.